Because right now you can't even. So, okay, you're going to go. It's called the Concept School,
The concept school, yeah.
and there's 28 students total. Is it a private school?
Yeah,
Okay.
it kind of has to be at that size. They're
It could be a
located
public
just
school.
outside of Westchester.
So you're going to go and be a tutor there, and you're going to tutor what? English?
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, basically, I go into classes. They're gonna have me stand in a corner and make sure that none of the kids are really falling behind. And then if I see one of them that doesn't seem to be really focused on the work, I'll swoop in and try and
Save
help
the
them out.
day.
Yeah. And then they want me to sit in on study
Training.
hall.
Get it?
This is the part that kills me because I've actually gone through college. They got a lot of
Hmm.
kids there who want to move on to higher education, so I need to be there for any manner of generic college questions.
Like what?
That's what I'm curious to learn. I mean, if it's all about how to get through entrance exams and interviewing that sort of thing, I do have answers for that, but I'm afraid it's going to be just.
Do colleges still interview?
I interviewed to get into Messiah, yeah.
I
Of course,
didn't.
well, I was going for scholarship. That's the big difference, admittedly.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, like
Um,
you interview for scholarships. I know that much. I didn't know if you interviewed to get into college. Usually you just like say whether or not you want to get in, and then they either accept you or don't.
well, you can request to interview, and they'll jot that down like, very eager student wanted to interview.
But usually wouldn't that be you asking them questions?
Believe it or not, no. I mean, when you say you want to interview, you want to meet with someone in like the administration. And in my case, they sat me down in this cramped little room with a guy. This was for Messiah, and I fell asleep on him repeatedly. The downside was Mom was in there too, and every 5 minutes I'm trying to just fall asleep as he's just droning on and on and on about how Messiah has a website now, and I'm passing out, and then Mom starts kicking me viciously under the table. So he's just watching this. He can't see what the legs are doing, but she'll see this. Here's wham under the table. She starts pounding my chair, and then I sit bolt upright. So to this day, I wonder if he thought that she had like a cattle prod or something.
You're
But
leaning back too far, Stephen. I can barely hear you.
oh, that can't be because I've got a mic right up to my face.
Well, then I'm losing volume.
Maybe, I don't know. Can you hear me
Oh, there you
now?
are. There you're back.
Okay, great. So
Okay, so your mother would kick you underneath the table, and you would occasionally drop off and then come back, and he didn't notice that you were falling asleep.
I think he noticed. I think he was just trying to be polite about it.
Hmm?
I think he was just trying to be polite about it. Like, oh, the
Oh,
kid, he's a
kid can barely stay
narcoleptic.
awake.
Maybe he only has
Who
like
was
two
it?
days to live. I don't want to point this out. I mean, let's think about this. You have to listen to You have to try and sell the college to kids who don't want to interview with you, other than for the fact that you'll write down very eager they interviewed. So, do you really want to do the extra pen work of writing down? 5 minutes in, the little bastard started falling asleep on me. Mom started kicking him under the table, or just want to write down, yeah, we interviewed. It was good.
If I was the interviewer, I would start like critiquing the student because they wanted this. They wanted me to come up and say, let me take a closer look at whether or not this person's actually right for the college. And half of the people who interview, I would say, no, you're not accepted.
Yeah, but that's when you're going in fresh onto the job, full of piss and vinegar. This guy's probably been doing this for like
I'm
five
always
years.
full of piss and sometimes vinegar.
Where did you get that?
My friend, okay, Kevin across the hall is a magic player and metalhead and all around interesting person and knows like quite a lot of like little details about facts.
Uh huh.
Across the next door to me is a girl named Lucy who I met like she's actually from England. Kevin's from BCA student. She is I met her the first day she was here, I think. I've been showering in her room quite a
Why?
lot. My every room gets their own shower.
Right.
My shower was broken.
Oh,
Do you know how much that annoyed me?
I can imagine. I can imagine a little bit.
So for the first 2 weeks, I didn't have a shower in my room. So the first week, the BCA students were the only ones here, and all the other rooms were unlocked because didn't have anything in them.
Uh-huh.
So I would just go into the room next door, which happens to be Lucy's room now, and just shower. And when Lucy first met me, she's moving in and she says, "Oh, I live in room 3303." And I was like, "Oh, I shower in your bathroom." And that's how we met. Those were the first words I said. No, the first words I said to her were that I liked her overalls, and she was very cute in overalls. And her birthday is on the 26th, so it was the day after mine. And I got her an owl purse, and she got me that little pony because while we were talking about cosplay because we both realized we both really liked anime. And
Hmm.
I was like, I cosplayed Pinkie Pie pretty recently, and then she jumped 20 feet in the air, which was very, very impressive in
Very.
schools,
Especially wearing overalls.
especially wearing overalls. By the way, Lucy is an Applejack fan.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't get many of those, actually. They're a rare breed.
Well, she's British, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. I mean, if you're in the States, you're familiar with the whole Southern accent. You've been just inundated with it.
Oh, the southern archetype is just old hat.
In Japan, Southern gentility is huge. They love to think that the South is still like the first 30 minutes of Gone with the Wind. It came up actually when I was taking Japan in the Cross. I'm not sure if she saw anything.
What?
Yeah, Japan in the
What were you
Cross.
saying?
With,
Japan and oh, and the
yeah,
cross. I
with
thought you said
Lauer.
Japan cross, and I was like, what new sport is this, and why are you playing? Steven throws the ball with his hands constantly.
I
You are
have a.
truly the best Japan lacrosse goalie ever.
Definitely.
We should invent a game called Japan lacrosse.
It sounds more like a French phrase to me. Japan lacrosse.
That's because you're thinking of Chopin.
Maybe I am, and, if thinking of
Wait,
Chopin is wrong, I
wasn't
don't want to be right.
French?
Say again?
He, what was Chopin? What country was he from?
Chopin? I think he was French.
I'm
Maybe
going
German.
to Google that after I continue my Google for orchids, which I can't spell. Oh, it's an I. Orchid. Orid. Damn it. Orchid. Dang it! Curse you fingers. ORCID. Or I hate everything. ORCHID.
Yes, yes.
There it is. That's how you spell orchid. Also known as orchidaceae, or however you pronounce that. Ooh, they're pretty.
Yeah, orchids are gorgeous flowers. I have, the woman who sold us our black labs, her son raises them competitively.
You can compete with orchids.
Yeah, like, you were part of 4-H. You went to state
I was a
fairs.
part of an identification
Okay,
like thing.
but you
I
should.
know what plants are for what.
Okay, but you should know that there are people who raise plants competitively to see who can make the prettiest.
That's true. Or like the biggest pumpkin.
Right. What this guy does is he breeds new types of orchids.
Oh, okay.
And he's
And so you
named.
can make the prettiest one.
Right, and he names them after Batman movies. So,
Like what?
so there is an orchid out there whose official name is the Dark Knight.
That's the one that Freddy reminds me of. The Dark Knight. That is the orchid. Sure. There's actually there's a very, very pretty orchid. I keep trying to remember what it is. What color? Uh, Fruited. I don't care. I'll find out and then post it later.
Okay.
This
Okay.
isn't something I want to concentrate on for the rest of my life. What orchid Freddy reminds me of. I'm going with the Cymbidium
Okay.
because it sounds. Oh no, that's ugly. Never mind. Okay, the Cymbidium orchid. It's a waxy yellowish green color. There's five petals on each five main petals on each thing, on each like bud, and they spread out like a overweight man trying to do what's it called? When you like move all your arms and legs out in a motion.
Jumping jacks?
It's like an overweight man doing jumping jacks,
Okay.
only it's all green and yellow and really ugly. Except, and he's wearing like a little white leotard with like blood stains all over the belly, and it's awkward and ugly.
If you're an obese man just, jumping around in public, you will end up with blood stains eventually.
How did he fit into the leotard?
He was stitched in, probably, like Marilyn Monroe and all of her outfits.
Oh,
They just
see,
sew it right onto the body.
now
Crazy.
there's a cascading symbelium, which looks like the same thing I just described, only falling over a lot.
So, it looks like it's raining men.
Raining large, bloody men. What a fun time. Something
Probably,
we all love. Bloody men falling everywhere.
it's like it's the delivery of chunky octuplets.